Morning all. Sorry I'm late, Rob. Is this live weather? I guess it must be. I just expected it to be sunny, because Spain. Yeah, I guess it must be live weather. Anyway. Let me get my audio levels sorted a moment. No, this is not on VATSIM, basically because there's nothing online on VATSIM at the moment. That's the one disadvantage of streaming this time of day. There's just nothing on VATSIM. I'm just looking on map.vatsim at the moment. There's Tower on at Leper, and Gatwick, and Ground Tower and Atis at Edinburgh. And that's kind of your lot, really. I think basically I need to make my VATSIM stuff in the evening, UK time. Which is a little bit of a shame. I guess we could do Unicom. Yeah, the other part of it is that I've only done 2 VATSIM flights, and I need to get a bit more experience, I think, before I start doing it live on stream. Although, it could be a nice way for us all to fly together, even if we're just on Unicom. So there is that as an option as well. But for today, we'll just chill. So we're here in Madrid. We are in the Headwind A330. In fact, that reminds me, I need to change my controls. So I've got it set for Boeing. I need to put that on master for the rudder pedals, and there. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've flown this plane. Decided to go for the stable build. I just want to see where the stable build is at, because I haven't flown this plane in so long. So it'd be cool to check out and see what's going on with it. We get some catering on the go.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Hello, Dumbo. There we go. Yeah, I haven't been in this plane in a long time. In a long, long time. The EFB looks really small compared to the one we had yesterday. Okay, let's do batteries. Let's get fired up. Battery 1. Battery 2. We'll take the external power. Turn the navs on. I'll give it a minute. Those jetways are looking a bit questionable there in front of us, aren't they? Never mind. Is catering turning up? See if the jetway reaches. Sometimes it doesn't. Good morning, Maxie. How you doing? There we go. There's our flight plan. That's good. At least it's remembered my login details. No, Dumbo, we are not. There's nothing online at the moment, so it'd be kind of pointless, other than the purposes of Unicom. 47 feet per minute. Damn, that's some going. That is some going. I've almost forgotten how to do all this. It's been so long. Fuel. Okay. Payload. Of course, it pulls all this down from Simbrief, doesn't it? I wish the PMDG would do this. Oh, that's on instant as well. Okay, fine. Hey, good morning, Brian. Been very busy with your other hobby. Weather too hot for the computer. Yeah, fair enough. What's the other hobby?
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, Dumbo, what Maxie said, it just comes with it. Yeah, this is a great aircraft considering it is free. It really is. Alright, what's local pressure? One 0 1 3. Oh, standard. Good to see you in the chat again, Brian. It was only the other day I kind of thought, wonder how Brian is. So, what's going on at Manchester? 70 degrees and 5 knots. Isn't it like a storm coming in today or something into the UK? I'm sure I read something about that on the news. Obviously not yet. Maxie, no, I don't use Volanta. I haven't actually tried it. It's on the list of things to try. At the moment, I've just been using SimToolkit Pro forever. And I'm a little bit unsure really what the difference is between the two. Oh, modern railway building, nice. Yeah, my dad's into that. It's so cool. I love it. Yeah, there's some amazing layouts, isn't there? I really want to go to that miniature Wonderland place in Germany. So would Volanta be a better option for more of a community-like effort if we were all going to fly together? Right, let's brighten these screens up because I can't see a damn thing. Alright, maybe I'll give it a look. Okay, so what are we doing? ATSU. AOC init pres init data request. We go to init request. Very good. Like the video with the A320 landings. Oh, FSI panel. Is that the one you're talking about, Brian? Alright, so how are we getting out of Madrid this morning? Haven't actually looked. Runway 36 left by the look of it. Using this one, however you say that. Psi 2N. Good, and then into Manchester. 2-3 right. That makes sense given what the wind is up to today. Elvo 1M. And we'll transition over the airfield. How long do you think you may be up for doing VATSIM? I'll be doing VATSIM in video form. So the plan is to potentially record one tomorrow night, do a VATSIM flight. I feel like at the moment, strangely, I feel more confident under ATC than under Unicom. I feel like with Unicom I'm a little bit unsure what I should do. Besides sitting there silently, getting it wrong. I can't make any promises, Nuclear, sorry. You know how it is. Okay, 141, 143. Not entirely sure what to put as my flex temp. And I'm not entirely sure where I work that out. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. If anyone has any bright ideas as what to put in the Flex 2 temp, please let me know. Yeah, Headwind's very similar, of course, because it is essentially made from the fly-by-wire code base. So if you can fly the fly-by-wire, you can fly this, which is no bad thing. Right. Let's just step through our plan. 55, thank you. I had a feeling it was 50-something, I wasn't sure. That'll do, just put something in there. Alright. Step through the route. So we've got a discontinuity here. Obviously you can see the gap between this waypoint and this waypoint. Clear that. Seeing as we're just flying on our own today. There's Airbus. That'll be our way into Manchester. Then if we clear this discontinuity into Manchester, we'll fly up here, do a little teardrop, back in on final. That should be fine. Really curious how I'm going to get on landing this thing, because I haven't flown it in a while. I haven't flown stick in a while. So that'll be interesting to see how we get on with that today. I really do feel like I'm forgetting so much. Been flying too much Boeing, clearly. Okie dokie. Okay, APU is available. Let's get APU bleed on. What's the meta for the airport? Let's have a look. There you go. Feel free to hit pause. I'll carry on and do other bits. Hopefully you can see all the weight stuff there that you need. Fuel. Yeah, right. Do we have any restrictions or constraints on the way out? 220 knots, 7,000, or above 7,000. Above 9, above 12. Then it's 340. I mean, we might as well get 340 up here then, because it's all above this, above that, rather than you must be at this or below that, so it would make sense to do that. Gross weight, is that it you can see there? 173,700? think the total gross weight is down here, is it not? 173,700. Okay. Let's get that door shut. Think about getting out of here. Lovely. So actually what we didn't look at is our taxi route to 36 left. Here we go, that's where we need to go. So if we do tail left, nose right, follow taxiway 17. Wait a minute, that's not 17, that's I7. Then onto I8, onto I9. And just keep following it round. And we need to go up here. 36 left. Jason, it's quite a long taxi. Right, how are we looking out here? Good. Brakes are on. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting so much stuff? I don't use the captain's set as it would be purchased, but I do use the stick and the throttles. You'll see in a minute. I'll put a camera on for when we're taxi. Let's pop that into arc. Alright, let's get a pushback on the go, shall we? Come on guys, chop chop, we're in a rush. I still use the eye camera setup occasionally, Brian. Yeah, although I had a bit of a performance issue, I think, with the AI stuff that it does to track your head movements. yeah, I should give it another go, because I think the performance issues were actually related to other things that I've now resolved. So yeah, for on the ground, it's amazing. Just to be able to just move your head and quickly look around, like taxiing around, it's like really, really useful. The other issue there, Brian, is that my wife stole my webcam that I used to do it, so I need to get that back off of her. Apparently it was required for Zoom calls and such, so...
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Un login guiado.
You really feel the weight of this thing compared to an A320. It's especially noticeable just taxiing around. You really notice it. Okay, so the plan is we basically just follow this taxi line. It turns into what we're on now. I8, then it turns into I9 and so on and so forth. Then we should bend around to the left. Is it me or do the graphics just look really pants here? I feel like I'm playing like Flight Sim X or something. Hey, look at this. Ground textures seem very strange here. Hey, let's go out this way. Let's get onto Alpha. So this next one should be Mike, and then the following one should be Alpha. See, this is where a head tracker would be handy, because you could quickly just look and see where you're going, see what's coming. So we can stay on Alpha now, more or less the whole way up to the runway. You say the ads are getting worse, Brian. What do you mean in terms of the quality of the ads, the frequency of the ads, the unskippability of the ads? I've been on YouTube Premium now for over a year, so I haven't really seen any ads in a long time. I mean, I don't really make a lot of money off of the ads from a live stream, so that could raise the question, am I better off to turn them off? If I can turn them off, I think I can. Just leave it all on the defaults, really, and just click go live, if I'm being completely honest with you. This is a long taxi. Not Amsterdam. Alright, so we're going to follow this taxiway round to the right. Can't believe how miserable the weather is. Like Madrid, I just figured it'd be sunshine. Even news sites. What do you mean by news sites? As in... Sure, Ben, go for it. Okay, I think we can make a turn either here or the next one. Let's do the next one. Wind is 240 and 7. Oh, I see. So you're watching like the news live. Is that what you mean, Brian? Alright. Parking brakes on. What else do I need to do? Put some lights on. Very good. Landing lights on. Let's get out there and line up. All right, Ben. Ready when you are. Thank you, Ben. Clear for takeoff runway 36 left. Holding it on the brakes. Feel like I just need to give it a little bit of the left rudder, because without it we end up veering to the right. V1 coming up. Let's rotate out of here. Yay, positive climb. Gear up. Thank goodness for the instruments. Oh, I didn't do TCAS, did I? It's because we're not on VATSIM. Never mind. Laps away. There we are, nice blue skies. Thousand feet already. That went quick. Do I ever input the ILS frequency when I land? So with the Boeing, yes I would. With the Airbus, it's generally already input, but you can check. So if you go down to RadNav, pop it in there. Obviously it's not in there at the moment. We'll check that later on in the flight. 835 miles to go. Overcast and 18C. Very nice. That's just right, isn't it? Good for the computer, but not for you, eh? Sad news today as well. Our legacy energy contract expired last night. So as of this morning, we are now paying horrific energy prices. We may need to leave those ads on after all. Sorry. Especially when the PC's like chewing through goodness knows what per hour. Did you see what I did, Brian, with the piping out of the room for my PC? It really helped, like so much. It's like a night and day difference. Surprised at how cloudy it is. I never associate Spain with clouds, but obviously... I mean, obviously it does happen, but just not what I expect. How are you, Nick? You okay? Yeah, kicking myself, Brian, that I didn't do it sooner, really. Right, nice one, 707. I don't know if you were here for the earlier part. Maxie and I were talking about it. I'm using SimToolkit Pro and have been for like ever. But I'm keen to give Volantra a try. So, yeah. I'll get it set up, give it a whirl. Only slight annoyance might be I will have to redo the overlay for the top. Because obviously I kind of coded that to work with SimToolkit Pro and all of its variables and data that it chucks out at you. How's the new plane going? You mean this one, Nick? So far so good. I mean, it's not really a new plane as such, it's more a plane we haven't touched in a long time, so always good to get reacquainted with these planes. I do like them a lot. Oh, hey, Beluga. Long time no see. Oh, sorry, Brian, I missed your message. What are you saying? Your electric per kilowatt hour is 21 pence. So we were paying 18.8. And that's only because we were like grandfathered in on like some legacy deal we signed up to 5 years ago when energy rates were pretty good. And we were like, yeah, sure, do it for 5 years. Thinking, oh, they might get cheaper and we might lose out. Obviously, how wrong we were. And now I think we're up at 31p per kilowatt hour. Although the gas is the one. Looking at the difference in gas, that is big difference, like per unit, however that's measured with gas. I'm not sure how they measure it. It must be per, they must have a unit. I mean, I guess kind of the fact that YouTube is now making a bit of money takes the pressure off on that front. Because obviously this time last year, we weren't even monetized. Being monetized was a long way off. So it's like I was just burning electricity, streaming all the time, hoping that one day it might pay off. And yeah, I mean, it's certainly at the point now where it pays for the electricity at least. So that's good. Hey, good morning, Adam. Adam, do you use Volanta? We're talking about Volanta. I don't use it. I use SimToolkit Pro, but considering going to Volanta, giving it a try. You only pay 5% VAT in Spain. That's really good. That is good, 5%. So the Met Office has issued a yellow amber warning for this storm that's coming in. Gusts of up to 80 miles an hour could cause travel disruption and building damage and flying debris. There's also flood warnings in place. But it's not looking good for the Channel Islands. The airport will be shut. Essex has been upgraded to amber from 6 AM till 8 PM on Thursday, so this is all for tomorrow by the look of it. In Exmouth there's a cracked seawall and they're trying to protect that ahead of the storm. Need to retire. It could be pretty dicey tomorrow then. So it's basically from tonight into tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, your captain speaking. We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seat elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating near the front galley when the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
You got a red warning for tomorrow. So is that the same storm? Storm Karen, or however you say it? Not sure how to pronounce it. Oh yeah, of course you're going to get it worse, aren't you? I think we're definitely going to do some freight ops when the 777 comes out from PMDG. We were looking yesterday on Sim Toolkit, and there seems to be loads and loads of routes that use a 777, specifically the 777-200, that are freight routes that aren't particularly very long. Because of course you think, oh, 777, you know, Heathrow to LAX, Heathrow to JFK, Dubai, London, you know, big long routes. And of course that raises the problem of, even though we have more time sometimes now to stream, still don't have enough for like a proper long haul like that. And second of all, I hate to say it, I find long haul really boring. Like really boring. I don't know how the actual pilots do it. I really don't. So it's a long time in cruise, isn't it? I think like European routes, that for me, if I was to be a pilot in real life, that would be the dream, I think. A320, 737 territory. Short hops. Lots of takeoffs, lots of landings, gorgeous scenery, lots of different places to see. I'm not sure I can imagine, you know, taking off from Heathrow, whacking on the autopilot, and then see you in 10 hours kind of thing. I don't know. I would really struggle with that, I think. But yeah, we were looking at the routes. Where is it? See if I can drag it over here and you can see. Yeah, so if we do a search for an airline, like DHL, let's just do DHL UK. This is Sim Toolkit Pro, so if we then filter by 77, I'll do 77L. And if we filter it down, routes up to, let's just do 4 hours. All these routes. Loads of routes that you can do in a 777. We go DHL International. So keep it within the 4-hour mark. They don't actually have any 777s. Loads of 75s. So when Bluebird come out with theirs, that's going to be cool. What was it I was looking at yesterday then? Was it FedEx? Interesting you should ask that, Brian. The other day, I don't know why, but all of my assistant settings reset. So you know when you first install the sim, and the first thing it shows you, like when you first turn it on, you get all the little tips that come up, like do this and do that, and it gives you little objectives and all that kind of stuff, like the stuff that, you know, we typically wouldn't want, but maybe a lot of other players would. All of those settings that control all of that, I don't know why, they just reverted to their defaults. So I was getting all these like tool tips and really annoying stuff. All the assist settings, like the automated stuff that try to keep you on the center line as you're taking off to make it easier. And one of the settings that reset was the turbulence setting. So in resetting it, I thought, well, I'll just put it onto like the realistic setting, because of course we want realistic. And then we flew the Phoenix A320 into Munich, I believe, and it was so bumpy. I couldn't believe it. Like, we were getting thrown around everywhere, and I thought it must be like really bad weather that day. But then I looked at the knowledge base on the Phoenix website, and they said that during development they thought that they had their flight model completely wrong because of the way the plane was handling. And then upon further investigation, they think that in realistic mode, the sim is just completely off base. So they recommend setting it to low for turbulence. So that's what I've gone with, and it seems to work. Ben, this is Sim Toolkit Pro. I'll load it back up again. So yeah, click over on the left here, real airline ops. So these are all like the 777 routes that FedEx do that are under 4 hours. You can see there's quite a few. Auckland to Sydney, is that one I can see there? Yeah, 3 hours and 6. Lots of Korean, Chinese routes, Japanese as well. What have we got in America? Is that Atlanta? IND. Is that Indiana? This is where my geography in the US fails me. Oh, Memphis, maybe? Yeah, Memphis to Indiana, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it's free, Ben. Yeah, it was super heavy turbulence, Brian. It felt to me like that something was up, but I didn't really know what was up. It wasn't until I read that Phoenix article that someone sent me. The penny dropped. I was like, oh, of course, yeah. So yeah, we got lots of options for the 777. I don't know what we've got in terms of passenger flights. Wow, any guesses where KLM are based? So, are there any 777-200 routes with KLM under 4 hours? No. About 5. What about BA? Again, I think we're more likely to find routes with the 777-200 because, of course, shorter plane, shorter range. There we go, there's some look. What have we got? Barrow. Ah, almost the route we're doing today. About American. I mean, I know it's a sim, and really we can just do what we want because it's a sim. I didn't take ages to load. But that said, it would feel a bit weird taking a 777 from Bristol to Dublin. Do you know what I mean? There's plenty of routes under 4 hours in the US. American Airlines. It's like Miami JFK, LAX Dallas Fort Worth, Miami Fort Worth, Boston Fort Worth, Fort Worth to Seattle. We go inside of 3 hours because 4 is a bit long. Okay, so there are less, but Charlotte, Miami, Tulsa, JFK. But there are routes. What about like Air New Zealand? They must have some 777s, right? Yeah, of course they do. Nothing under 4 hours, though. Qantas? Maybe Qantas? They don't have any 777s. They don't, do they? They got 789, 767-300, 74 Freight, 744, 738. Well, I'll be damned. What about Emirates? They're a big 777 operator, aren't they? Don't they do the 300s mostly, though? Yeah, they do. What do they do under 4 hours? Okay, so they do some stuff. Was it Saudi Arabia, Oman, Kuwait, Iraq, Tehran, Kabul. What about Etihad? I guess what I'm doing here is just looking for inspiration of routes we could maybe do. What's the difference between a 777L and a 777W? W is 300, is that right? They were contemplating it for EGLL, but they chose A350. Okay, so there are a few little routes. Not many though. What else might be worth looking at? I mean, some 747 routes that were. Yeah, I love San Francisco. It was amazing flying in there in real life. Flying over that bay, that huge bridge. I remember thinking, like, how have I not heard about this bridge? Like, as we were coming in, there's just this massive bridge that went over the water. Just seemed to go on forever. Like, how have I not heard about this bridge, like on a documentary or something? Amazing, really. Right, let's see if we can find some 747 routes. What about Lufthansa? Excuse me. No 777s on Lufthansa. You still got some 744s. No way. This all looks like fairly long routes, though, right? Yeah, yeah. About 748. Lufthansa cargo. Maybe that'll tell a different story. Yeah, 777. Here we go. Nothing under 4 hours. Why are we not getting any results? I'm sure we did a moment ago. Wow. Okay, so there's a couple of routes. Canadian one and a Mexico to Fort Worth. Yes, there's a couple. So I think cargo could be the obvious way to fly some bigger stuff, shorter distances. Because I guess it's a different set of priorities with cargo, isn't it? The cargo operators are there. Cargo Lux. What do they got? 777s. That. Loads of routes. All those tiny little routes. Chicago's Fort Worth, 1 hour 51. That could be a favourite. Korean cargo. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at that. That'd be Korean Air. Check them out. 7 freight. Oh yeah, there's some cool routes. So we've got Philippines, couple in China, Miami, JFK. Cheers, Adam. Take it easy, mate. Yeah. Yeah, so some good cargo routes there. I feel like I'm forgetting like one really important cargo operator. UPS. See what they've got under 4 hours. Oh, they got lots. Flipping heck. Yeah, they got lots. So what does this do? 757, 76. 76, 75, 75, 75, 75. 75 is popular, eh? 744. Yeah, that's cool. I've got to be honest, I was a little bit concerned. Well, not concerned, but just kind of thinking like all these incredible heavy airliners are going to come out. And we're not going to be able to fly them properly, but clearly they are used on shorter routes in freight at least. That's good news. Right, you know what time it is? It's 11 o'clock. It's time for my second cup of coffee of the day. Ben, you're in complete control of the aircraft. If anything goes wrong, it's not my fault. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Alright, I'm back. Good job, Ben. I see the aircraft still in one piece. I knew you could do it. You see any land yet? Almost. Almost. Hey, morning, Ashy. We are flying back to Manchester from Madrid. Ben very kindly just took control of the plane while I was making coffee. We were just over the Bay of Biscay, heading towards Brittany. You having problems running Sim Toolkit Pro? So you should be able to just log in without an account. It will prompt you to make an account online, but you don't need one. Then you can just start using it. And then it just basically looks like this. You kind of got all your options down here. Flight planning. I mean, to be honest, I don't use 90% of this really. I use the streaming tools because that's what powers the overlay. So all the data you see at the top of the screen comes out of Sim Toolkit, and then all of this stuff here, this custom layout, is what I coded. So that is what generates what you see at the top of the screen. And then you got like the map and things like that, so I can... There's the map, so you can make it... If I zoom in the map view, this is what I'm doing in the background. You can see how it affects the minimap as we do it. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, I was just in the real airline ops. There is a bit with like my fleet, my logbook, flight schedule, all this stuff. Maybe we should get into that a bit more. So call sign. I don't know what my call sign is, to be honest. But yeah, we've just been in here looking for, if you want to just get route inspiration, it's a good place to start. Flight summary. I think in Simbrief I just set it to not, so NOT 330, just because I'm an A330. But yeah, what I'm thinking of doing, just to bring you all up to speed a little bit, I'm thinking of putting together a website. Not live yet, but I'm working on it. Having to relearn how to be a web developer. I used to be a web developer years ago. But it's been a few years since I've actually built a website, and as is the way with technology, it always moves on so fast. So I feel like I have to relearn everything. Oh, I see what you mean. It's not as simple as that, Ben, because the way I've coded that layout, I'd have to reconsider the entire layout to accommodate any new data. So the only 777 route Delta do. Lots of 7.5 routes. What about 7.6? Yeah, lots of shorter ones there as well, look. So it's going to be a website for the channel. So an AirNot website, if you like. So I figured I'd have a page, obviously like a home page, which would just like promote the YouTube channel. Promote signing up to get in the Discord. Then I could have a page where I go through all the gear that I use. Sort of links to Amazon that could maybe bring in a little bit of affiliate revenue, that kind of thing. And then I thought I would maybe in time start thinking about maybe like a bit of a virtual airline thing. So I can maybe publish some routes that are air not routes, if you like. Maybe put the liveries up there for download. So if you all want to get involved, you can. Very informal. Like, you can just basically like look at the routes that I consider to be the routes that we do, and we can agree on what those should be as a community. And then sort of publish them, like, you know, the routes that we do, the airliners that we would use for those routes, and if you want to do a flight in one of them, obviously you can do that. Whether it's on VATSIM, whether it's not, it's up to you. But the other option is that we go down like the New Sky route and make it more of a thing where people have to sign up as pilots and all of that stuff. I'm tempted to kind of keep the barrier to entry quite low, just to literally publish some routes. They're really more suggestions, I suppose. But then if I publish the liveries, then if fans of the channel want to have a go, either just on their own or maybe on VATSIM, or do a fly along with us one day. You have 10-minute experience on what, Ben? Not sure I've ever heard of that. Oh, Google Sites. Sorry. .10 minutes experience. I think you might need a bit more than 10 minutes, man. Yeah, I'll be sort of hand coding the whole thing. So I'll probably be coding it with a mixture of HTML, CSS, or SAS rather, that will then get compiled into CSS. PHP, maybe a little bit JavaScript, depending on what we need. I don't know. I don't know what you all would prefer, really, with the whole, like, VA thing. On the one hand, there's an advantage to keeping it super simple. Very, very basic. Not obsessing too much over it. basically just releasing the liveries that I've developed, and then putting up a list of suggested routes. Then if you're just the kind of simmer that likes to sim on your own terms, not on VATSIM, not on multiplayer, you just want to do a route and maybe feel part of what's going on here, you can do that, and maybe share your screenshots with us or whatever in the Discord. That's if you want to keep it just low key. I worry that if we went down like the proper V at, like, you know, something like New Sky or whatever, as impressive as that software is, I don't know whether that'd maybe put some people off. Plus it's then more for me to manage. Don't know. Lots to think about. I'll be curious to get all of your feedback on it. There we go, that's Brittany, I believe. The problem I have, Ben, with all of these website builders like Squarespace and... I don't know. My experience with them is that they're really good as long as you fit into a box. I kind of feel like I want this website to be exactly how I want it to be. I'm lucky that I've got the skill set from my past to allow me to do that. Yeah, I remember helping someone with a website a long time ago, and they were using one of these website builder tools, and I remember thinking, like, this is really genuinely impressive, and it's really good that websites, something that typically were shrouded in mystery for a lot of people, and you sort of had to completely place your trust in someone else and your money, a lot of your money, to get someone else to make your website. Now you can just go to one of the many different website builders. Everything's all under one roof. The domain, the website, the email. They'll do you a nice little bundle deal, reasonable prices. Ben, if you want to join the Discord, just email me and I'll send you a link. Like, to be clear, the Discord being members only isn't designed to be a cash grab. It's just a barrier to entry to stop it being flooded with trolls and various unpleasant people from the internet. I took some advice from some YouTuber friends when I first started all this, and they said, if you're going to do a Discord, for goodness sake, just make it invite only or members only, because one of them said that he had to burn his Discord to the ground because it just got so full of just really annoying people. Because if you leave the door wide open, then they'll just come flooding in. But yeah, just go on the About page of the channel on YouTube. Is it the About page? Yeah, like the tab where it's like the About or whatever. You should be able to there should be an email address there. You can email me, I'll send you the link. That goes for anyone else watching. If you want to join, that's fine. I just don't want to put a link out there in public, like on my website, big button, join my Discord, and then like a load of people join, and it's like, who are all these people and why are they causing trouble? All I ask is that if I do email you the link, don't share it around. Like, don't publish it somewhere. I mean, I rotate the links anyway every now and then, so it's not a big deal, but... Oh, I love that shadow on the engine. Look at that. Incredible. Yeah, that's true. I hadn't considered that. That's a good point. How would Nightbot give you the link, though, without making it public to everyone else in the chat? I did put it in the chat once. When I first started the Discord, I sort of did like a, if you're in the chat today, it's your lucky day, here's the link kind of thing. And immediately I got a load of alerts from Discord saying that they've blocked people from accessing it because it looked like my server was being raided. So obviously there was some bots in the chat, or you know, something happened. I think doing it this way makes it more of a close-knit community. Yeah, those that are in there actually want to be in there. As opposed to people just being like, oh, Discord, yeah, sure, I'll click it, and then they join and you never hear from them. So one thing I haven't actually considered is when's top of descent. Because we are on the stable build, which I think does not have VNAV. I did not consider that. Should have gone experimental. What am I doing? So we're 372 miles away. So we're at flight level 340 and we need to get to 3.5. How do I communicate with members? Not in Discord. Hasn't really come up as a thing, really. I mean, the Discord is there for people that want to get involved. If they don't want to, and they just want to become a member to support what we're doing here, then obviously appreciate that. Appreciate the support. You know, Discord membership isn't mandatory. I can do members-only posts on YouTube, although I haven't really done many of those. Okay, current altitude. Sorry, Ben, this is the only time I have to stream, based on scheduled and stuff this end. Okay, so 130 miles required. So I think when we get to about... Actually, let's do it down there. It's 8,000. A nice gentle descent. 120 miles. There we got 23, 26, 30, 34, 36, 46. Alright. So when we're at about 166 miles to go here, we'll start our descent. That's fine. Flight level 400, top of descent is 25 miles. Hemel. So you flying that? What route are you flying? 707? You flying this route? Oh, I didn't realise you were flying along. That's awesome. Yeah, I suppose that's the advantage of doing BatSim, even if nothing's online, is that we can all fly together. I should maybe be more mindful of that. "47 miles from Ekras." Where am I? Ah, literally at Ekras. Okay, so you're a bit behind me. What plane are you in? You in the same plane? Oh, cool. We're in the same plane. Yeah, I was talking to 320 Simpilot on one of his streams. Because you can do a... what is it? What is it? What is it? I've forgotten where it is now. Progress 2. So we could do like EGCC or a waypoint, whatever the waypoint may be. So if we do that waypoint, we need to be at 8,000 at Dane. So we do progress to Dane. There we go, 247 miles. But that's as the crow flies. I remember asking, like, is there a way to get track miles? I think the answer was no. Cheers, Ben. Nice to see you, mate. Don't forget to email me if you want that link. Yeah, should we put one of those rings in? Forgotten how to do it. Where do we go? Yeah, I'm just surprised that that progress page isn't track miles. Like, if the plane detects that that is in our flight plan, can it not give us track miles? Because I had it before. I did this coming into Stansted from Dublin once. And I didn't realise there was like a massive like hairpin in our flight plan. So completely, I was like descended like way before. So in a way, this isn't that useful. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the point. Let's request the wind. DIR button. Waypoint. Okay, gotcha. If I do EGCC, on the F-plan page, press the top left entry. Oh, what have I done? I have massively ruined something. DIR. There we go. That's fixed it. So press the top left entry, then fix info. So this will give me a radial from where we are now at a Kinney or a Kiki. Oh, my sim just froze then, that's good. Oh, now enter EGCC. Gotcha. I see what you mean now. And then we do 121 miles in the radius for... in there, I presume. Now if we zoom out, there it is. Just south of Hemel, like you said. Ideal. Got it. Thank you. I think it's definitely a case of use it or lose it, isn't it? Because I used to know how to do that. But I feel like I've been flying the Boeing quite a bit. Even starting the plane up at Madrid, it was a bit like, how do I do this again? Yeah, it's funny. Before I switched to the Phoenix, I was always on the dev version, and a couple of nights ago I thought I'll check out the A330 again, so I installed it, but I obviously installed the stable version. There's the Isle of Wight. Now then, full disclosure, go-arounds are a possibility today. It's been a minute or two since I've flown this plane. It's been a minute or two since I've flown stick. I feel like I've been on the yoke quite a bit recently. So we're coming up to our fix ring. I was just looking on Reddit, it seems that someone has made a fireplace app for the PMDG EFB. Love to see it. No, not in multiplayer mode. Just solo. Do you VATSIM 707? I suppose VATSIM is coming to life a little bit now. Okay, I make us about 30 miles on top of descent by my back of the napkin math. Copenhagen, okay. I mean, there's a little bit online. There's, what have we got? London. Got London South. Gatwick Director, Thames Director. Manchester has ground on now. London North is online. No idea, Wasp, is the honest answer. Not sure when it's coming out or what it will be like. I imagine there'll be some level of drama. There usually is, but I think everyone just needs to chill out, really. Right, let's get our destination data in, shall we? UNH on the ground, what's that going to be? 1021. Ah. Seventeen 5, 11 degrees. All right. 8,000 feet. We'll do it at a gentle 1,700 feet per minute. Sim Aviation, how you doing? Sorry, I didn't see you down there. .49 in Barrow. UH, what's UH?
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen. As you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated till the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Maybe then we need to, if we're going to start doing VATSIM streams this time of day, just thinking ahead a little bit. Maybe we need to start somewhere like we did today in Madrid or further afield like Italy or, you know, then fly back to the UK because the UK seems to kind of light up first. It usually gets to this point in the stream and I get a little bit like, oh, maybe I should have done VATSIM today. I mean, there's only ground online for Manchester where we're going, but... Yeah, Edinburgh's nice for that. Edinburgh is nice for that. I feel like I've maybe chosen some fairly hectic airports to start with, but it's been good because of what I've done. I did Gatwick to Manchester, then Amsterdam to Gatwick. Both of which are fairly big, stressful, busy airports. So maybe I was a little bit naive to have chosen them, but on the other hand, now I've done them, I kind of feel like, well, if I can do them, I can probably do anywhere. Yeah, Madrid really is. That was a complex, or a long taxi rather. I don't know what route we would have been given by ATC to get from where we were to get to where we needed to be. How are we looking up here? . How many hours do you have in VATSIM? I say really, I've only got, like, in terms of flying hours, like 2, 3, 4 maybe, I suppose, if you count all the time on the ground procrastinating before I dared to get IFR clearance. Around 10 hours. Okay, so I guess would you still consider yourself sort of early days? It's a very fun journey, though. I say it's very overwhelming, but yeah, I think it's one of those where you get out what you put in. Just over Hamel. Where am I? Just over Cooper. Yeah, taxiways is probably the hardest bit for me as well. I don't know if you saw the one I did where I went from Amsterdam to Gatwick. It was... I was left a little bit confused at one point as to what I should be doing. Slow. We have to slow ourselves down a little bit for squishy. Good. How you doing, Bevy? You still up? We can get some fancy showcase cams on the go. Great looking airplane, isn't it? That'll be East Midlands down there, look. Which means Donington Park must be very close by. See if we can have a better look. There it is, there's Donington. Well, it seems I over-egged it on the descent rate. Yeah, not bad, thanks, Bevy. Not bad, not bad. We are getting there. So we're going to need to slow ourselves down to 250 knots. And we do that while maintaining 1,000 feet per minute. We should be able to. Bevy, you fly in this sim, don't you? Or do you not? I forget. Were you an X-planer? X-Plane 12. Thought so. Thought so. What computer have you got? Okay, speed 230 for the next waypoint. What? Fuel left wing tank low level. Oh dear. Why is that then? Why has it done that? We've still got 5 tons. Well, I remember it says an RTX 2070. Maybe that would be okay. Yeah, 2070 is no problem. What's it saying? Fuel mode select manual. If no fuel leak, then fuel imbalance. Cross feed on. Left tank pump off. So is it these two here? That one and that one. Yeah, I know people that fly with a 2070. You'll be okay. Depends what processor you have, of course. That's probably going to be your bottleneck, if anything. As we've found out with me. Well, we've got 5 tons on board. I'm convinced that's enough to get us up and around. Okay, let's get us to 3,500. I don't know, Bevy. This is starting to seem like this could be all because of you, this error warning here. It was fine before you turned up in the chat, so put 2 and 2 together. Put yourself in my shoes. Okay, we need to get down to 185 knots. Do you know what CPU you have, Bevy, or not? Alright, there's the airport. There's our runway. 23 right. Yeah, alright, Peppy, you got me there. In fairness, I just did whatever Sim Toolkit, or not Sim Toolkit, Simbrief told me to do, so maybe I selected the wrong profile for the plane. So this is, we're going to end up hopefully over here. We'll try and avoid the little cul-de-sac. Oh, airport's just reloading. Try and avoid this bit because this is better for the smaller guys. A320, 737, that kind of thing. Yeah, we'll try and get over here. Providing there's room, I can already see 2 aircraft that are spawned in. There are some shots and angles that you get from this sim and you think, God, this looks so good, and this is one of them. But look at that. I'd literally be a passenger right now in real life and see something like that. One of the first streams I ever did, Bevy, I did it in the fly-by-wire. And I thought that the fly-by-wire would abide by the unlimited fuel thing in the options, but it doesn't. And I ran out of fuel over France, so I just ditched it and ended the stream and deleted it. Okay, what was local pressure? Was it 1021? Yeah, it was. Okay, with auto brake medium. RadNav, is that populated? Yes, it is. The ILS frequency is already set. That's good. 109.5. I remember thinking that day when the fly-by-wire ran out of fuel and I was struggling to do a cold and dark in it, I was like, maybe I'll just use the default plane forever. It's so much simpler. So glad I didn't. That landing gear stream is funny. This is such a cool approach, isn't it? The way you have to sort of fly out towards the moors. Almost feels like you're too low in a lot of ways, but it does feel awfully low. But I'm led to believe this is okay. Above 3,500. At or above. Which we are. You can see the radio altimeter there, that's 1,700. But that's going to take a big dip in a minute when we go over this hill. Yeah, look at that. 1,400 feet, 1,300 feet, 1,200 feet, 1,100 feet. Wow. Yeah, this does feel crazy low. Just watching this radio altimeter here. Be a great place to do some plane spotting though, wouldn't it? If you could get up on this moor.
$1,000.
What on earth is the plane doing? Feels like it's having a bit of a moment. This doesn't feel right. This feels fundamentally a bit messed up. Why is it going that way? Why is it doing that? What? Oh. Okay, you all saw that, right? Why did it go left when it should have gone right? Well, we'll just let it go this way then, I guess. That's a bit weird. Could be, yeah. Maybe it thought the other way was too low? Oh well, we'll take the scenic route. Good job we're not on VATSIM. It said 3,500 or above, and we're at 3,500, so I don't know why it would take us that route if that was inappropriate. That's weird, that. Don't know. Maybe I brought it in too low. Possible. Oh, well, at least we get to see some of Manchester. So there's that. You think the turn could have been a bit tight for it? I mean, this is like a standard approach chart, though. Like, looking at what the plane wanted to do is exactly what the charts are saying. I don't really feel like I know enough to argue back, really. How strange is that? Oh well. Soon be time. That's right, we got to go on a little sightseeing tour, so it's all good. So we're going to head out to here and bring ourselves around into the right. Very strange one, that. So is it going to behave itself this time? I had it do that once over Newcastle. It was like the most obvious flight path that I had planned in. It's like out over the coast. Big left turn. And then coming on final to like runway 25, I think it is. And it just went right. And it just kept going and going and going. And I don't know why it did that. Really weird. Alright, come on Airbus. Right turn. Don't let me down. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Maybe the max bank. Where'd you set the max bank in this thing? Alright, arm the spoilers. Speed 160. EGCC, I've got 1021. Unless this is just wrong, of course. And that's what the sim thinks it is. Wrong one. What do I want? Oh, 084. 984. Okay, that is completely wrong then, isn't it? That would probably explain it. That would explain it. Why is that saying that? EGCC 1021. What if we reload the page? Yeah, 0984. Okay, that could explain it. Let's get gear down.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
That's probably what caused it all then, wasn't it? Good shout, Wasp. Not sure the tablet updates. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that in future then. Okay, I have control. You just landed. Well, frames are in the toilet as per usual.
$1,000.
Okay, feels like we need to be over to the left. Just a touch. Feels weird flying stick again. It really does.
$500. $400. $300. 100 above. 200.
Continue.
Minimum. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Down you go. Oh. Reversers. Lots of right rudder required. Lots and lots. Wow. Just even here, look, if I let my feet off the rudder pedals, look what happens. Over to the left. There we go. Yeah, don't worry, Bevy, I wasn't making that mistake again. Yeah, I did say continue, didn't I? I noticed that as soon as I said it. I was like, wait. I heard the 200 call out and thought it was something different. It's weird how we didn't have any markings on that runway beyond the big piano keys. Right, let's find us a gate. It felt like, despite the fact we got a 5 call out, that felt a little bit on the hard side, I thought. Oh, 250 feet per minute, that's not bad. I'll take that. Surprised at just how much that wind was pushing us our nose to the left on the runway. I guess maybe we're in a bigger aircraft than what we're normally in. So we've got a bigger tail that kind of acts like a giant sail. Right, I need to work out where I'm going. Okay, so we're going to take... Go up to the left on Alpha and take Delta. Clean up the aircraft. Get the APU on. Yeah, I'll be honest, I was expecting to see a number higher than 250. Wait, have I gone the wrong way already? Oh no. It felt harder than 250. I did feel really strange though, flying stick again. Left onto Delta. I'll probably get GSX on the go actually. Can't wait to get 0 suitable parking spots. Come on.
The chosen position is too small for your aircraft.
Don't believe you. Okay, so Delta, then on to Echo. Oh, you meant smoother than 250? I don't know. To me, I heard the 5 call out, so I thought, oh, this would be smooth. But then it just felt a little bit like a, you know, sort of like a the last little bit. Oh, the tilted gears. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. Okay, so we're going to take the next right turn. Evie, you should check out what processor you have. I bet you could get Flight Sim. Nothing wrong with a 2070. I don't know what res you're playing at. I mean, maybe not 4K, but... Oh, there's a bump in the runway. I didn't know that. Possible then, I suppose. Alright, we're going for stand 207. So what's that? 20... Can't really read the floor markings. Just get around the corner a little bit. .206. Is someone in 207? Oh no, that's me in 207. We're never going to fit in there. Oh well. Ain't no way we're fitting in here. Right, who wants some replays? We'll just get ourselves what could loosely be described as parked. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, parking brake on. Let's use my replay tool and we'll get some wing views of the landing, shall we? This is all going to go weird for a second, so bear with me, alright? GSX, go away. I don't want to cut my engines, I want to do replays.
You need to stop the engines to request ground services.
Oh, be quiet. Revoke parking services. Good. Go away.
Vertical speed. Clear of conflict.
1000.
Alright, this is the replay. It's a little bit janky in this aircraft, unfortunately. But we'll be looking out the window, so it shouldn't matter too much. No worries, Bevy. See you later, mate. What do you think? Wing or engine? Gotta be engine, right? Doesn't look too bad from a passenger's perspective, does it? I've been on worse in real life. Not bad, I'll take that. Let's do one more from the wing. Yeah, that'll do. What about one more from this angle? Last one before we head off.
200.
If we can get the gear in shot. There we go. Well, you see how we got blown around then. But there we have it, folks. We are back in Manchester feel like Manchester's been a bit of a hub for us this week so far. Hey, no worries, Jack. Appreciate you coming along. Am I going to do a Storm Heathrow landing tomorrow? I don't know. I mean, I was hoping to do a VATSIM flight tomorrow night. I suppose I could do that in the Storm. That'd be kind of funny, right? I'd probably mess it up, but... yeah. Not sure when we'll be back live next. I will schedule it though, so you all know. And yeah, not entirely sure when that'll be. I want to try and get a VATSIM video done next. That's going to be, I feel like the channel needs one of those. I do enjoy making them as well, they're good fun. Then I just want to build up the VATSIM confidence so that we can confidently do it on stream here as well. But until then, I will say thank you very much indeed for watching. Take the very best care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.